Welcome to the Toucan Talks podcast, brought to you by Kickstart Collective. Join us as we talk to local Wilmington business owners about what has led to their successes, challenges, and more. No question is off limits as we bounce from topic to topic.
And this podcast is brought to you by Kickstart Studios. Kickstart Studios is Wilmington's newest video podcast studio. Equipped with multiple camera angles and an in-house producer, creating a high-quality video podcast has never been easier. Don't let the tech and gear learning curve hold you back from jumping into podcasting or created video content any longer. Our team takes care of it all for you so you can focus on the message you want to share. You simply show up, record, and receive the final product. No more wasting time setting up and breaking down the gear, setting up lights, or doing sound checks on your own. Our in-house producer will have everything set up and ready to go for you. Check us out at Kickstart Studios.
All right, welcome to Toucan Talks episode 24. We are excited to have Sherry and Carmin Black on, mother and daughter combo. This is our first episode with two guests in one episode. So technically it's episode one of double guesting.
Ooh,
yeah,
exactly.
I don't know.
Very cool.
So it's going to be fun. We'll see how it goes. Basically, what we're going to do is dive into both of y'all's businesses, how you got to where you are. A lot of what we're talking about in season 2 of Toucan Talks is like business strategies. Oh, Google's calling me. If anyone would like to talk to them.
Definitely never.
Gosh, it's terrible. They call 20 times a day. All right.
Oh.
Going on airplane mode. Like I said, we keep this casual. Don't even put our phones on silent.
I know. Now I wonder if I did. My God.
Yeah.
I
Feel free to
did.
check. Somebody was prepared.
I was prepared.
Let's see if I was. Hold on. Yes, I was.
Wow.
Okay,
So
very cool.
only the host, only the person that's done this like 20 something times is not
Exactly.
prepared. Oh goodness. Cool. So what we'll do, we'll let you guys introduce yourselves and kind of chat for a minute, but then we're going to have the lovely game portion of this podcast. So what you'll do is basically just drop the coin at the top. If it lands on a 1, we have a can of business questions, very hard-hitting, in-depth business questions.
Okay.
If it lands on a 2, it is the opposite.
Oh.
Random. Some are about your life. Some are about Wilmington things. Some of them are just totally out of left field.
All right.
It's going to be great.
Great.
I hope you're excited. Yeah, I don't know. Who wants to go first? Intro.
You're the matriarch.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just who you are, your business, how you got to where you
Look,
are.
I'm ready to play the
Oh,
game.
you're ready. Yeah, let's let these people know.
Hello,
Who's about
I'm
to play
ready.
the game?
So I'm Sherry Black. I am an interior designer. I was trying to think. I'm not just an interior.
Yeah.
I'm a mother. I'm a new grandmother, which is crazy to say. And I've been in business for over 20 years.
That's awesome.
Yes.
This is funny.
And I'm the mother of this. I gave birth to my best friend.
Yeah, she'll be like, I've been in business for 5 years because or she'll say,
Time
oh, you know,
stops.
when you were in high school 4 years ago. I'm like, Mom, you've been in business for like 35 years.
No, I haven't. No, I didn't start until 99 is when I opened the store and we did interior design full time. I've done several things in between then, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But like when I was a kid, you would design in Hawaii. Even when she's always,
But full time
Yeah.
has just been over 20. It's been about 24 years.
It's 20,
Okay.
24.
25.
25.
Okay, 25
Okay,
years.
we'll go with 25.
Okay.
No, but it's great. You have years of experience
Exactly.
on business that you
Yes.
can share with these lovely
Our lovely
viewers.
friends.
Yes. On the interwebs.
for sure.
Cool. Carmen?
So I am Carmin Black, and I guess I would consider myself a social entrepreneur. I think I love being an entrepreneur because I did watch my parents own their own businesses my whole life. And it's like, even though she'll say, I've only been an interior designer for a certain amount of years, when I was really young, like 3rd and 4th grade, my parents owned 2 restaurants. And she did all the interior for the restaurants, which were absolutely stunning. And so I think just being there and watching them has led me to do what I do. But now specifically, I design handbags, I design home good products, I design jewelry, and I focus on creating gainful employment opportunities for people that live in developing nations or in challenging circumstances. Because I know that employment is the number one way to fight hunger and poverty and things like that. So yeah, it's like a win-win.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. So let's just dive into the coin dropping portion and we'll see what we get as far as questions go. Oh, name of your biz.
My new business
Yes.
is just called Carmin Black. It's just a brand called Carmin Black.
But it was Half United. So if anybody bought a bullet necklace or any of our products that gave meals to children,
Yes.
Half United is now Carmin Black.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. And what's your business name?
Sherry Black. and we have a business together that's called Carmin Black, Sherry Black. I'm
Literally.
not even joking.
We have
Our store.
we have just started a retail store. And listen, I tell you guys, we are so creative. We thought long and hard.
And you landed on
Carmin
names.
Black, Sherry Black.
I love it. Hey, at least you gave her a good name at birth.
I
Otherwise,
know.
This
I
would have been
know.
tragic.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, my God, so
I love it.
funny.
Well, easy to find, you know? Just remember their names
It's
and you got
very
their
easy.
businesses.
I know in the airport I won't tell you, we were having breakfast and this guy said, our families, we're getting ready to go to Myrtle Beach and we were thinking about going to Wilmington too. I said, oh, well, come to our store. You need to come by. He goes, what's it called? I went, Carmin Black, Sherry Black. He was going, what? I said, Carmin Black, Sherry Black. He's like, I'm telling my mother and my wife right now, we will be there.
This is so funny. Yeah. Now we need to put that on Google so people can find it.
Yes.
They will. They'll find us.
Update that Google business listing.
sure.
All right. So you can drop it anywhere on the board
Okay.
and we will see
I've
what happens.
always wanted to do this.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh,
It's okay. It's fragile. 2.
oh.
Who thought you guys would start out with a fun can?
Exactly. We hope this is her most fun
I know.
podcast.
I hope so.
Oh,
Or
it
we
already
failed.
is.
Oh.
Ooh, this might be fun.
Oh.
Okay, I feel like you can both answer this or you can answer it together however you want to do it.
I'm so nervous.
This one isn't like personal. It's
Okay.
just a fun question. What has been like your craziest or wildest business interaction? So it can be just with a customer, it can be a situation. It can be funny. It can be like, oh my gosh.
India.
I mean, I don't know because we've been having so much fun. Should I go like very serious and
You do
very
serious
touching?
and I'll do fun.
Oh, that's what you think this life is.
No, I'm just saying one of us has to. So
Okay, you go fun and I'll go.
Okay. Okay. Not India. This is going to be about Haiti.
Okay.
So Carmen had been going to Haiti to work with a company, several different companies. Anyway, I was privileged to go with her on several trips, but our very first trip, we went to Haiti and we were working with, what's his name?
Will McGinnis.
Will McGinnis.
He was the bass player for Audio Adrenaline.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was Audio Adrenaline. And I had no idea I didn't even know Audio Adrenaline was, honestly. And so he thought we got along so well. And he was like, God, I just love you. And I'm like, I love you so much. And so later they started singing the songs that he wrote. And I was like, oh my God, you're actually a big deal. But to me, he's just Will McGinnis. Anyway, he took us to a couple of the areas that he was working in. He has a company called Haiti Made, and Haiti Made was making handbags for Carmen for Half United at the time. And so this one day he took us by a school that they were supporting. And it was also, was it a home for children too? Or that was just their school?
Is it the orphanage?
Yeah.
You mean Hands and Feet Project? Yeah. No, that's not just a school. The kids live there.
Okay. Well, we drive up. We're in a van. There were a few other people with us from, I don't know who they were, but anyway.
Oh, no. This is, no, that is not Hands and, I know where you're going with this. Well, this will be enough story for both of us. But no, this is a orphanage, but it is just a school. Yes, but a very impoverished. I mean, I can't explain the level of poverty that these children were facing. So this is not Hands and Feet. Yeah.
You walk in and the whole yard is nothing but mud. Because it had been raining,
Yeah.
but there was no grass anywhere. But in the middle of their yard was a huge mango tree.
Oh, cool.
And everybody eats mangoes.
Yeah.
The chickens eat mangoes. The dogs eat mangoes. The kids eat mangoes. I mean, they're free food.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they take us to the back where the school is, and I start welling up. Like, I just could not believe it.
Yeah.
And all these kids just sit on a bench, and they have this old rickety chalkboard that was on wheels that they'll roll to the front of the room. The room is outdoors.
Yeah.
It just has a shelter. It just has a rooftop over it, and everything else is exposed. And the age group is from 4 to 18. The classroom is everybody.
Yeah.
It's one classroom for everybody. And so I had just bought, I thought that because they speak Creole, but it's the French Polynesian country or French speaking country as well. I had gone to Barnes and Noble and bought all this like books and stuff on French to English, which they don't even, it's mostly Creole. So anyways, but they have all these pictures. And so I had this one bifold, it was laminated, of France. It had like all the cities in France, and then it gave you conversational French, you know, from English to French. And and so I decided to show, I pulled it out at the end of their class and showed the kids. They have no books. They had, the only thing that they wrote on was the chalkboard. But the kids love to be in school.
Yeah.
They crave like education. So I was showing, all the kids were gathered around me, and I was showing them the thing that I brought, and they were just dying because they'd never seen the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, wow.
They'd never seen like a lot of things that were on it. So I just, of course, gave everything to them. Well, I only wear black. Even in Haiti, I only wear black, and I have for years and years and years. And I had black on, and I had my little Prada side bag that's made out of this. It's this fabric.
This podcast is only so long.
Oh, anyway, we step out. No,
God.
so after the
great
podcast,
story.
we get ready to leave, and I go to step out on the off of the concrete pad, and I slip in the mud, face first. So now these people are so poor, and so I get up. I said, I'm fine. I'm like covered in mud. And so the woman, she takes my hand, and she takes me over to a well, and she starts pumping water. And she sat me down, and she washed my hands.
Oh my goodness.
She washed my feet. She washed. It was like
You were supposed to tell the funny story.
I know, but
What happened?
It's so sweet. I fell in the mud. Like I fell face down. But it ended up being this lesson to me.
Yeah.
It's like she was so poor and had nothing.
Yeah.
And I had taken a bunch of money with me because I just wanted to give it away. And this isn't to pump me up because I've never told people about that I took money with me. But anyway, so I gave her like just $80, and after it was done, and she starts weeping, and they were translating for me. She says, we didn't know how we were going to feed the kids
Oh, wow.
this week, and so because they rely on funding, Anyway, it ended up being me falling in the mud turned out to be like
The
one of the
best
most,
thing.
yes, one of the greatest moments in my life.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, you know, I did go back to a biblical thing where, you know, washing the thing. And so, but I was watching her just wash my hands, and then Carmen fell in the mud. And the same thing happened. And she sat there and watched. She wouldn't let us do it ourselves. And so, anyway,
it was really sweet. Yeah.
Now tell
No.
shorter.
That was a poignant day. It was funny because I actually stepped in dog poo, but it was like mango dog poo,
Yeah.
and Christian was with us, my brother, and he was filming it, and we thought it was the funniest thing. And here's the other thing you have to know, which her story is very touching, and of course this is why doing business in this way, and we were there for business purposes, but we try to do other things, of course, while we're in Haiti. You know, it's why doing business this way is so important, and so I won't say fun, because these people's suffering is not something that's fun, but it's I think this thing where different cultures can come together and learn that whether you have plenty or whether you have nothing, really, we're just like, all people are the exact same. And I think that has been the most exciting lesson, is that we just all are the exact same. We have the same needs, same everything. I will tell you guys this. One really cool thing that has happened to me in business actually just happened to me yesterday.
Oh.
So yeah, this is cool.
Okay,
and this is really short, but it's just very interesting. So I was on another podcast called Faith Driven Entrepreneur, which is so quote unquote funny because I was on it about my business, and, you know, Half United was so successful. Well, fast forward a year and a half, Half United closed. So, ruh-roh. Yeah, so, but point is, they have this thing called, I think it's like foundation groups or something. It's like a small group kind of thing where entrepreneurs from all over the world set up these pods of people, and you go and you do like a Bible study. I had never had any interest. I'm in a Bible study here in Wilmington. I'm like, okay, one is enough. So I have just been feeling recently like I was supposed to do one of these foundational groups. And I'm like, all right, well, okay. So I looked into it. You go on the website, you scroll through like hundreds of these groups from Poland to Japan to, you know, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So I picked, this woman stood out to me. Her name was Faith. She's from Kenya. I was like, that could be cool. I would love to meet Faith from Kenya.
Yeah.
So yesterday I joined the group and I get on, and all of a sudden I look, I'm like, am I the only person from the United States on this call? And they were like, yes, hello, Miss Black, welcome.
Aww.
Everybody not only is African, which is so cool, but everybody is zooming in on this call.
That's cool.
From Africa.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the only American. And so I was like, wow, this is so, I mean, they're like, hi,
That's
I'm from
awesome.
Nairobi. Hi, I'm from Kenya. Hi, I'm sitting right now in Uganda. And I'm like, I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina.
My favorite places in the world.
Yes. So anyways, that's probably one of the cooler things that's
Yeah.
ever happened. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, fun.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. When you were Huck, our 5-year-old, he was in preschool when we lived in Puerto Rico for a little bit, and they had a huge mango tree in their yard where they did like story time, and it was so
that's
sweet.
so cute.
But how old was he? He was like 3, and he did not like mangoes.
Oh, no.
He never tried a mango. Just did not like mangoes.
Right. They're amazing.
And like a year ago, once we had moved back here, he goes, Mom, I really like mangoes. And I was like, they were falling from the sky. They were falling from the sky.
During story time, you could have had mangoes.
I was like, okay, I will go to the store and buy you a mango.
Yeah.
Kids. But
Which are nowhere near as good as the mangoes.
Oh, no.
From a tropical
Yeah.
place.
Yes, right on the tree. Crazy town.
Yes.
All right, let's see what happens.
Your
Do you want
turn.
to reach across?
All right,
Drop.
here we go. I know, this is fun. I would like to be on The Price is Right.
I know.
Oh. You got to get 3 to jump off.
Okay.
You get to drop again.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Knowing me.
Oh no!
Oh, my God. This is great.
Crap!
I know. Get your gift ready.
Come on.
All right. question, but
That's
we'll draw you a
funny.
question too.
Okay.
You can make up a question. There's a stack of like random questions if you need prompts back there. You can draw a question from here, but a lot of them are like more geared towards you guys. Or you can make one up. It doesn't matter. You get to ask me anything you want.
Oh my God. What, do you have one in mind? No.
Okay,
give me a prompt. Give me a prompt.
Little business
Okay, which
card
one?
holder.
These?
Oh no,
This?
the ones. Sorry, up a shelf.
Okay.
And that. yeah.
Actually, this is a good moment for me to say this because here's the thing. You and I have been to so many parties, events, gatherings together. I consider myself one of the worst small talk conversationalists on the face of the earth.
It's not true.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
can
Yeah, I
talk
don't
to
believe.
the doorknob.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't believe.
So if
I mean-
I feel like we've had so many interactions where I'm like, how
Yeah,
are you
good,
doing?
how are you?
Obviously, I know you're doing great, and I want to know way more than that.
Hey, you
but
never
like,
know. She might look like it's great, and she could have
True.
a very
it.
difficult
You know.
day.
Okay,
Yeah.
here. So I should carry these around, and when we hang out again, I'll be like,
You can take them. You can take them.
oh my gosh,
answer this
don't
question.
don't tempt me. Okay. No. Okay, this is good. I
Okay.
like this. What's your next big thing?
My next big thing. Ooh, good question. I think if we're gonna go work related, and this is just, we talked about this yesterday. We're gonna, it's not really mine, I guess it's ours, but whatever, it doesn't matter. We're gonna move this studio into that office.
Okay.
So that we can make it bigger and have like cute, like different sections. So we can have like a cuter, like set design for other people to use.
Okay.
So, because we've written this out if people wanted to like record a podcast or like short little
I was actually going to
videos.
ask you if you rent this out.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
and we rent Josh out with it.
Oh,
Good. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
We should do a podcast.
Y'all should. That would be so fun.
So fun. We'll interview you.
Okay. I think you can do that. I think it'd be fun for you guys just to like tell stories and things back and
Very
forth.
true. Uh-oh. We have our
We-
new...
we
Look,
should-
we
we
have all
should
of
write
our
a
gear
book.
My
and our
next
guide.
big thing
We're
is
gonna
y'all's
write a book.
podcast.
Yes. Help launch our podcast, please.
But yeah, we're gonna, because our offices aren't there, so we're gonna move. And I'm really the only one that works from the office. No one else does. So I'm gonna move my office into here.
Nice.
And
this
then,
is a great office. I like it.
yeah, it's a little smaller, but then we'll have more space and can set up like a few different like sets essentially.
If
So
you
there's
need
just
a
a
designer,
variety.
let me know.
Oh my gosh.
Let me know.
Yes. So yeah. I don't know. On the
like
personal
that.
side of things, yeah, let's
Go.
go. Let's
Yeah,
just
keep
do
going.
it.
Keep going.
This isn't also not really mine, but Luke decided we're gonna get a fourth dog.
Oh, what kind of dogs do you have?
We have 3 English setters right now.
Oh,
They're
beautiful.
very pretty.
Very beautiful.
He wants an English pointer, so
Oh,
they're not
beautiful.
as they're not
Wait,
as
he
cute.
just wants a hunting dog
Yes.
brigade.
Yeah,
Come
he does.
on,
Yeah, yeah.
Luke. Nice
But
try, buddy.
the best part is Huck has already named this. He's named this dog like years ago. Like our next dog is going to have this name,
What is it?
Trashy.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Trashy.
Trashy.
You so trashy.
I know.
I
And
took Trashy to
take a
the-
trashy
I
out.
think that's really funny.
So, and we're like, it's so funny. Like, there's no way we're not naming this
Just
dog
do it.
Trashy.
Yeah.
So, and it's probably gonna be a girl, and she's gonna be mostly white, and so.
Oh, she's gonna be a little hoe
Gonna be a little
Trashy.
white
A little
Trashy
hoe dog.
Yep. So I'm not excited about a fourth dog, but I'm excited about that whole experience of having a dog
How
named
is that?
Trashy.
Are they indoor dogs?
So one of them is almost 15. So he is
Aw.
like, he sleeps on the couch. The other 2 are like 2-ish, 3-ish. And they're indoor, outdoor. But I think once we get the other one, they're going to like mostly stay outside because there's
love
so
to
much
run.
dog hair. And they are
Yeah.
so much energy and they're forever knocking down the baby and just.
Oh,
So yeah.
cool.
That's what's
fun.
happening.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. The studio will be fun. I'll let you know if the
trashy
dog part is
dog.
fun.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
2. Let's do it. We'll just
Okay.
use that as a drop. Okay. Ooh, Sherry, this one's specifically for
Oh
you.
God, no. Okay.
Okay. Most memorable design project over the last 25 years. No pressure. If you need to shout out a few, that's fine. I know narrowing it down might be hard. And memorable, again, it could be any span of memorable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my most memorable is the Shaw's house.
Well, yeah, for sure.
So, am I allowed to say names or?
You can. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't bother me.
They might hear it, so just
Oh, well, they know I love them. So when I first moved to Wilmington, nobody knew me as a designer. And so I had just trained with this woman who was a professional faux finisher, and she taught at NC State. And she was a woman that they would send to Europe to restore frescoes or paintings in castles and stuff like this. So I learned from the best.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty amazing. And so I end up, one day I met this guy through another designer, and he said, I have a project I want you to work on with me. And I really want you to meet this woman because I think you guys will hit it off. And it was Dee Dee Shaw. And so
She owns monkeys.
Oh,
all the monkeys.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, which I designed lots of them for, not recently, but it's been a while. Anyway, she was living in a small house in Wilmington, considerably small.
Yeah.
Off of Bradley Creek Point. And they had decided to build their forever home.
Cool.
Harry had just sold S&W Concrete, and so they were ready to start building. So I worked on this house for 4 years.
Oh, cool.
And it was probably a designer's dream.
Yeah.
I got to design the facade. The architect did the drawings and stuff, but I got to tweak everything. Cool. So, but we got to put in like solid walnut walls, and I got to do French panels in the living room. I did huge beams in the kitchen, and I mean the kitchen
Real
was,
beams.
Yeah, like real beams
Yeah.
that Harry had collected this wood for years
cool.
and years and years, and finally we were getting ready to use it.
Yeah.
And we did 2-inch solid walnut floors throughout the whole house, which is unheard of
It's a beautiful
today.
home.
I mean, solid walnut, 2 inches.
Wow.
And so it was just like a dream job.
Yeah.
And then one job went into another job. I got to do all of their houses, monkeys, the stores,
Yeah.
Harry's office, his hunting lodge. And it was like that one client turned in to over 100 different projects.
Very cool.
Really?
With other clients that she
for sure.
that she gave me.
Remember, it's being recorded.
It's true. So I got a lot of jobs from that job.
Now is not the time for. I love a good exaggeration. Today is not the day for
Okay,
that.
maybe I got 50 jobs through her, but I got a lot of work. I got a lot of work.
To your business.
Yeah,
That's
it got
very cool.
published. It
Yeah.
was like
It was
Oh,
great. Yeah,
awesome.
and Dee Dee's awesome, and Harry is.
yeah,
They're really like dynamic, fun people.
yeah,
Very cool.
for sure.
That's awesome.
But that's turned into many, many, many fun jobs.
Yes,
so,
it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah.
All right. Do you want to, let's see, you want to
turn.
drop?
Oh, okay.
Drop
I'm
that
gonna
coin.
try over here on
Yeah,
this
let's
thing.
see. Oh, y'all are
Oh.
doing good.
No.
Let's see what happens. Okay. Carmen.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. So with half, obviously you had jewelry, handbags, home.
Yes.
You launched Carmin Black.
Exactly.
With you launched with just handbags?
Just handbags
Okay.
for now.
Cool.
Yes.
Why handbags? Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so when it was probably 2 years before I actually made the announcement public that I was closing Half United, that I knew we were likely on the track to closing the doors. And I think this is true for a lot of business owners. I think, here's actually interesting. So we started Half United in 2009 with $200, my brother and I. And I always said, in a very cocky way, might I add, as long as God keeps opening the doors, we will keep walking through. But when I start to feel the doors shut, that's when I will know it is time to close.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. I never thought those doors were going to close.
Right.
I would tell people, my mentors and things, I'm going to be doing this till I'm 80.
Yeah.
And very much believing it, to my bone marrow. And so...
Not your gut.
Not my God,
in
way
the
down in
bone.
there.
Bone marrow.
With the deepest you can go. So anyways, the doors just started closing, and it was a number of things. Oh my gosh, it was so
painful.
business is so the Wild West.
Yeah.
It's like anything goes. and anything can go and blow like the wind in the Wild West either direction, right? And so we had a manufacturing partner that I just loved and loved and loved and was doing so great with. And then they sold us products that literally were defective to the degree of like $30,000 to $50,000 of these products. But that's cost value. And so then you take that cost and you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars of orders you can't fulfill. Yeah. And when that happens, you're like, okay, well, no, I can handle this. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to sell more home goods. I'm going to sell more, well, not jewelry. Jewelry was the problem. I'm going to sell more leather bags. And it's like we just couldn't catch up. Yeah. So it was probably maybe a year. So that conundrum and that chaos was already happening. And so I remember in my moment of just trying to be my strongest, I was like, I'm going to a trade show. I'm going to sell other stuff. I know what I'll do. I'll set up a trade show booth and make it look like the coolest home goods store you've ever been in. Yeah. And I'll start to attract home goods buyers. And I thought I shouldn't bring my leather goods because this was at High Point. It's a furniture market. But I thought, well, shoot, I'll bring my leather goods anyways. Who cares? Maybe women will just want them. Well, thank God I brought those leather goods because okay, and let me just tell you guys this. I was in the trade show booth. There was no traffic, like none at all. And I was actually having this moment in time, and I'll say this for all you entrepreneurs that are feeling the way I'm about to say. I was actually having a real mental breakdown. Yeah. Like I had spent all this money. I know a lawsuit is pending. I have my number one products that sell and pay all my employees and rent and everything. I don't even have to sell. Legally I can't sell them. I'm standing in this booth that I've paid a lot of money for. Literally the day I got there, ants infested our booth. Oh no. I'm like the wearing down of the saints, like get behind me, Satan. Weird stuff kept happening. Yeah. Like one employee got in a wreck on the way to the show. One employee who was relieving her son got sick and she had to leave early. So here I am in this booth by myself, no customers, and I'm having a mental breakdown. I turn so the booth, it's like a U shape and you face out to talk to customers if there were any. I remember turning my back to the opening of the booth and pretend like this is me facing the back wall. And I said, God, I'm not kidding you. You have to swoop in and save me because I've never had this before. I'm having a real mental breakdown. Yeah. Like I cannot handle one more thing. And I'm like, please. And I just was cracking. Of course, the show was slow that day, whatever. The next day, I come to the show, and 15 people walk up. And I'm dying for any customers. Yeah. And I'm like, hello, welcome. Yeah, and they're so cute, and they're so peppy and so fun. And they just brought a light with them. And I was like, and who are you guys with? Meaning, what retail store are you with? And they said, well, we're with Magnolia. Yeah. And I said, thank you, God. I'm like, please come in. So they come in. Long story short, I followed up with that lead, obviously, like nobody's business. And so we had a couple of meetings. Thank God I put those leather bags out because they loved all the home goods, but they said the home goods are too expensive. But these leather products, I thought, thank God I brought those at the last minute. So we have these meetings, and they were like, yeah, we think your leather bags are too expensive for us, too. And I said, well, guys, what do you need? Yeah. What do you really need? And I'm thinking, I've got to do something because this business is cracking at it's bone marrow. It's cracking. Breaking must by a little thread. And so they said, well, we've got this new monogramming machine. We actually need leather products that can go on the monogramming machine and are designed to be monogrammed. I said, well, why don't I design those for you? Yeah. And they're like, really? Would you? Because we have a really short-staffed design team and we need help. And I said, absolutely. Yeah. Point is, and what was the original question? Here's my punchline.
Why did you go with handbags?
Here's why I went with handbags. And here's why I went with Carmin Black. So I thought to myself, all right, I can see can see what's coming. I see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
The doors are officially closing, but God is opening a new door.
Yeah.
So I've got a real pivot point here. Am I gonna guts up and am I gonna take this, knowing that it means I leave Half United behind? I cannot take my employees with me because I can't afford it with this new brand yet. But is this the moment that I need to say, okay, we've got to close one chapter in order to allow another one to open? And I decided, all right, that's what I'm going to do. I gutsed up. We closed Half United. And the reason it's called Carmin Black is obviously because I needed a new brand name. And I thought, well, designer handbags usually are the designer's name.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. I have an easy to remember name, and which is why I'm not calling, my married name is Rosinski, so we can't be, oh my God, this is Carmin Rosinski is so beautiful.
Did you get your Rosinski bag?
Yeah, which, no offense to Rosinski, it's a great name and his family's awesome, but Carmin Black's just easier.
Yeah.
And so I thought, there it is, we'll call it Carmin Black, and Magnolia Needs Handbags, they'll be my singular customer. And this is how I'm going to start. And so that's what it is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do remember, because obviously Luke and Christian are really good friends, and we've all been friend acquaintances for a long time. But I guess, I don't know if we were here or there, but when I saw y'all's post, y'all are closing half, I was like, oh no. Not from like a...
What happened?
What? No,
What?
but I was just like, because it's something you had built for so long that I know, like, obviously not knowing the details, I was like, still like that decision, no matter what had happened, had to have been like
That was
a crazy
hard.
tough decision.
Well, and I like to share even deeper than that. I like to share the even deeper truth. And I especially take moments like this because I am assuming business people and entrepreneurs will likely watch this podcast. Yes, it was a manufacturing major issue. It turned into a lawsuit, which I've never really made public, but not because I'm hiding it. The manufacturer that sold the defective products actually sued us. We didn't sue them. Because when I called and said, guys, I can't sell this, therefore I can't pay for this.
Yeah.
I'll work with you. You can just give us replacement products.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I'll pay for anything that actually is sellable. But, like, if someone sells you, what is it? Not coddled milk. What is it when milk goes bad?
Spoiled.
Yeah, when someone sells you spoiled milk, you don't have milk to sell.
Right.
So I can't pay you for spoiled milk you sold
To
me.
explain what was happening, the jewelry just sitting on the counter
Would tarnish
was
and it would
tarnishing.
oxidize and it would turn people's like
green.
green
Yeah.
and brown and like
Nordstrom. It was like-
Nordstrom called. I mean, buyers from all over the country. My staff, I have never seen people more stressed out. And I'm trying to remain calm, and I'm not remaining calm, and it was a mess. But I'll be honest, I look back, and I really think that sometimes in life and in business, I really think what we have to face, and especially as believers, I think what we really have to face is, I know now that, I definitely think entrepreneurship is something that absolutely, it's like, God is like the ultimate creator. If we want to go so far and be so bold to say he's the ultimate entrepreneur, like that's so cheesy. I'm not going to say that.
He is.
I mean, that sounds so American, so I'm not even going there. But I'll say like he's the ultimate creator, right? And entrepreneurs by nature are creators. I think we have to remember that God cares more about us than he ever does about our businesses. Yeah. He cares about the people in the businesses more than he does about their jobs in the businesses. And so for me, I became actually obsessed with the idea of growing a business that did good more than I became obsessed at a certain point with A, God, and B, the doing good. Yeah. And I justified it by saying, but if we grow and we keep growing, we can do more good. Yeah. Meanwhile, the growth and what it takes to grow a company to a certain size, I definitely think it can be done in balance with doing good and helping and giving back and all of this. But it also can very easily take the place of having the bandwidth just as a singular person or a team to also do the good. Yeah. And that is my story. And I think what happened was God gave me some very poignant moments to say, like literally would bring someone into my office to say, if you don't turn around, Like, I don't know. Like, a stranger came into my office and said to me, look, I don't know if you have $1,000 or $10,000 to give away, but God's telling me that he's going to withhold from you until you give it. Well, in our bank account at that time, we had $7,000 to give to feed kids.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you think a normal sane person 5 minutes later would go give it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me about a year of insanity because I kept justifying, well, I need that money because, you know, if this business deal doesn't go well, we're going to need that little $7,000, like cry me a river. So it's like I just clung and cleaved to this idea of growth to do good.
Yeah.
And then the good just as a result took a back seat. And so I just feel like God, and it was that plus another massive business deal that he gave me that we just like shortchanged our giving in order to grow. And I think at some point he just said, you know what? Okay, here's the deal. Sister, you done. I don't care who knows about you. I don't care what you've designed. I care more about you than I do what you're building, because clearly you can't handle it. So where I'm at now is I feel like with Magnolia, the last thing I ever want anyone to think about me is, oh, she gets all the cool deals, or oh, that's so cool, or blah, blah, blah. What I want them to see is, by the grace of God, I am getting a second chance. Why it gets to be Chip and Joanna Gaines, I don't know.
But I'll take it.
But I'll take it, and God as my witness, I will do everything to never go back to that psychotic, you know, success-obsessed person I was. And I feel so bad for staff members and my brother, because they all got the brunt of that crazed woman that just wanted to be like the next somebody. Now I'm like, don't nobody know me. I don't care. No, you know, and I'm just at this place where I'm like, whatever God wants.
Yeah.
I think that happens in business a lot, though. You get the signs that it's time to close the doors or to change, and you take it as I'm failing instead of thinking there's something greater for me.
Yeah.
There's something more that's coming along. It was like I was hired to be the head designer for a major architectural firm. And this was the top of the top. And I was like so excited. We did our interview, we did our walkthrough, we did everything that we needed to do I did everything I could to be hired by this firm. And they hired me. And it was so incredible. I thought I had just been working at the movie studio. I took a couple of years off from design. And I won't even tell you. I was in an accounting and should never have been. Anyway, I ended up getting this amazing job with Michael Moorfield, who was the most amazing architect in Wilmington at the time. And I was like, I let the studio know I will not be back, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get the penthouse I wanted. Yeah. And 2 days later, I get a call. And they said, Sherry, we need to talk to you. And I can remember.
Like, is it about my promotion?
Did my pay go up? My pay rate? And so they said, you know, we just went, because when we did our walkthrough, I asked them, I said, well, how many projects do you have going on right now? Because we had just walked through this one house in Landfall that he had designed. Amazing. Everything's custom. Everything was top of the line, no cardboard baseboards like they build with now. It was incredible.
Certainly you didn't just point.
Oh, these are like rubber.
These are rubber.
These are rubber.
Okay.
These aren't even cardboard.
These are not even cardboard.
These are better than that.
Well, as we were
Standard grade commercial rubber.
as we were walking through, and I am very I pay attention to details, except for these nails. But as we were walking through, I was looking down the hallway in this one house that they did, and one of the wall sconces was off. Oh. And she says, no, I've measured every one of them. I said, well, one's off. And she goes, oh my God. She goes, so she went back and measured. It was off by 1/4 inch. And which you'd say, could you see a 1/4 of an inch? Well, when you're looking at a straight line and there's a 1/4 of an inch off, that's actually kind of a lot.
Yeah, it is actually.
Anyway, so 2 days later, let me back up. So when we went back to the office, we were talking about that, and I said, well, how many jobs do you have going on? And And she goes, I don't even know. She calls Michael. He was upstairs on the top floor of the building down on the corner in Wilmington, the white tall building on Market and Front.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And their office, they had the top 2 floors. And so she calls Michael and he goes, oh my God, I don't know. So they started naming off all the projects that they have going on. And that weekend they were going to Charleston to work on something. And so they were gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And on Monday they called me at 8:00 in the morning and said they need to talk to me. And they called me and they said, look, you are the best person for the job. But after we went over all the projects that we have going on that we didn't realize we have 13 at one time, which is insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It doesn't sound like much, but in design, that is a lot of projects. And it takes a huge staff to make those work. They go, after we went over all the projects that we have going on, we realized we really don't have the money to start to add another aspect to our business with having our own private designer, interior designer, and we're not going to be able to hire you. We can't keep you. I was hired for 2 days.
Oh.
I was 2 days. I can remember walking down Front Street. There was no cars in the street. And I just raised my hands and I just started weeping. I went, why, God? Like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
I have 2 children. I just was hired and lost the biggest job I had ever, at the time that I thought I'd made it.
Yeah.
And when they said it was that I didn't have it anymore, I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
I didn't have a project going on. I just gave up the movie studio. And I was just like, what is going on? I went home and I laid in my bed and I just put my head in the pillow and I was just like, what are you doing to me? And 2 days later, somebody calls me and I have a job. So people that, if you're facing a problem or you feel like your business, you know in your gut when it's not right. It's like a relationship when you're in the
Did you
wrong
kind of
relationship.
know this is a really exciting opportunity, but this really isn't the job I need? You knew.
I knew after.
We all know.
Yeah, this one girl, because there was a little more to it than just that.
Yeah.
And yes, but I still was baffled.
Like, I need this job.
This is what we do. We all do this where we look from our little tiny human perspective.
Yeah.
And when things don't work out that I really want, it is this thing that is like a recurring theme in my life. It's like, I said this I have this little Wisdom Wednesday thing I'm doing that I can't stand doing.
Oh, well, you're doing great at them. I do
well,
watch
don't
them.
say that out
Yeah.
Well, I just feel
whispered
so.
it.
I just.
Everybody did.
It's just that I feel so exposed. I'm like, my
That's
God.
a good thing.
It's,
You need to be.
this.
good.
It's like we're recording later.
Yes.
This will go out in the world,
Yeah.
and like people may or may not
Yeah.
listen. But like that, I'm like, my God, like people are just either judging me or not, or
You can't
clicking.
worry about
I
that.
know. So this is my point. What it is, this recurring theme is, work as hard as you can, do as much as you can, but then release the outcome.
Yeah.
And so like in the case of yours, you did the interview, you did a great job, you really put yourself out there. Deep down, I know you knew that was not the gig for you.
Yeah.
But it's like we justify, like I did in business, we justify and say, but if I don't have this, what would I have?
Yeah.
And that really trying to control the outcome literally is like doomsday. It's your doomsday.
Well, I will tell you this. If you're in business and you're having anxiety attacks every day and you are feeling so much pressure and you're scared to death of how are you going to pay your payroll this week or taxes. Yeah. I mean, all I do is pay taxes. I'm like, I'm like, how did they get away with taxes? I need those loopholes. My accountant is so by the book. I'm like, can't you cheat on something? And I counted feminine product as my deduction because my girlfriend does. I don't know how she does it. She goes, no, that's not really legal.
It is part of my wardrobe.
I know. I'm like, hello. I know. I'm like, can't I just count all my clothes? I wear a uniform.
I wear clothes to work.
Hello. But I will say, if anybody out there in YouTube land or wherever this is going, if you are at a point in your business where you're having anxiety attacks every day or you're stressing to the max, there's a change coming. And the sooner you do it, let go of it, the freer you're going to be. When you continue to fight against it and try to make it work, you're going to have more and more and more problems. Yeah. It's like, here's where faith comes in. And this is what I used to tell Carmen when she was younger. Because, I mean, she's always been a dreamer and very successful at most everything she does. But I would say to her, go to the cliff. And don't stand there and try to figure it out. Jump. Just jump. And I said, and once you jump, you're either going to fly or you're going to fall.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can choose. Spread your wings. And, I mean, I've told her that since she was 4.
So cliff and jump. Yeah, that's always her phrase for me. Always,
It's like, but if somebody out there is feeling this in their life and in their business, something's supposed to change.
Certainly, it's the sign of things to come.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah,
let something greater is going to happen for you. I promise you.
Yeah, I think sometimes, it's like the ball of yarn though is so tangled.
Yeah.
That we know it's time to untangle it, but it's so complex.
Yeah.
The complexities to make massive changes and pivots in business. I mean, my God, it does take almost just like facing closure to do it because it's a ton of work just to undo the stuff,
But once you do it,
it's
you're
great.
so free.
Yeah, and I love going to work now. Like I have one employee. Awesome. She's 15.
Love
she
it.
She skipped 2 grade levels. My girl is the smartest person in the room at all times.
So we need to keep an eye out for her.
Yes, exactly. Her name is Amira. She's so brilliant. I have one employee now, and she's 15, and I'm loving my life.
Yeah.
And it's just really,
awesome.
really nice. So, it should feel that way.
Yeah, it really should.
That's awesome. That was packed full of so much good.
That was good.
Advice. I don't even know who's up to drop. Are you up? I think you're up.
Yep.
Cool. Second to last one. You better keep it on the board because I don't know my prizes.
Oh, my God.
Woo!
Oh, my God.
Biz.
We're fun.
But we are
so fun.
But y'all are also doing a really good job at answering business-related stuff in the fun questions. So.
I mean, we're just bringing it right back around.
You are. Y'all are
you don't even need number 1.
I don't even need those.
We just put it in with number 2. That sounds great.
Okay, y'all.
Ew. Wow, that's great.
That was brilliant.
Thanks, Mom.
Cool.
You're welcome.
Okay, you both get to answer this.
Okay.
This is going to be fun. Again, I disclaimer this question every single time with this is on the internet.
Okay.
Okay. What is your spiciest opinion that most people disagree with?
Oh, Lord. Do we have to give her this? Oh, please, Cheryl. Please.
You go first. I don't even.
My spiciest opinion. I'm such a moderate. Oh, my God.
Okay, so this can go any direction.
And I'm not.
Okay, so mine was I'm cool with the fact we landed on the moon. I don't think we walked on the moon. Like, that was my example.
Are you serious?
But then we went to this long debate about how this is like these people's lives work, and then I felt bad, so then I retracted it.
Right.
Oh.
But someone also said a hot dog is actually a taco. So, like, you can go any direction with this.
Oh, you know we never stay shallow. We always go so
I have
deep.
never thought of a hot dog as a taco. And
It's
no
not a
one
taco.
in Mexico has either. Hello.
And,
That was a slap in the old taco.
Mom!
Oh my God! I didn't think of that.
Here you
Taco.
go.
A burrito taco.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You better.
Jeez. Wow.
So what is after that? What's your spiciest opinion?
My spiciest opinion.
Your hot take.
What's my spicy? I know yours is political.
I can't go there.
My girl just loves to talk about politics. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm like, Uncle Jesse was the hottest. I mean, we all know Uncle Jesse was the hottest. So there's no.
Yeah.
Full House.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's think.
It's not spicy.
let's
It's
see.
not
It's spicy, but it's not like a hot
no,
take.
that's not. No, that's boring. See, this is why I'm not good at parties.
Oh, no, you're great at parties.
No, people will be like, "What's up?"
Is there another question?
Yeah, let's do a different
Yeah,
one.
we can draw. If y'all don't,
Yeah.
if y'all aren't have no spicy opinions, that's okay.
I do, but I can't even think of one,
Okay.
which is odd.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
This is a new question for season 2. So, what is your death row meal? Like the last meal you're ever going to eat? What are you eating?
Oh. I actually may have had it the other night.
Ooh, okay.
Besides a taco. In Nashville, we went to this Peruvian restaurant, and they made a ceviche, but it was they instead of chopped up fish or whatever, it was sliced like sashimi.
Oh.
And it was in a lemon passion fruit
Ooh.
mint glaze. It was
Sounds amazing.
I literally was sneaking to lick the plate.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
That or something from India is for me. I love Indian
Yeah, I could
food.
do something like that. I mean, if it's death row and they'll give us anything. My God, let's go.
Shoot, why even
Sushi.
eat? Just go.
I'm out.
No. You want to have your last. So I would do that. Sushi, creme brulee. I love. My God, carrot cake. I mean,
Carrot cake.
Yeah, I love a good carrot cake. A wedding cake.
Man,
I know. So
your spiciest opinion might be that you would want carrot cake on death
Yeah.
row.
exactly.
That's your last meal.
Wow, people are like, she's so
The
boring.
last meal. I mean, why even eat? I mean, if you know you're gonna die right
It's
then.
kind of true.
Yeah.
Let's just do
I mean, what
this.
if when they ever how you're dying, it makes your
No. Let's just
We
go.
didn't go that deep.
Yeah.
okay. See, that's my spicy. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So just a lot of great food.
Just all
Yes.
the,
all the
or
things.
none, or nothing
Or
at all.
nothing.
Or nothing
Yes.
at all.
Yeah, let's just
Okay.
go clean.
All right, last one. We'll see if we get a fun one or a business one.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go.
Two.
Fun.
Oh my
We're
God.
just,
Y'all
we're
are
just
fun.
fun.
Fun
Has
crew.
this ever happened?
I don't think so.
Oh
Yes.
my God!
Just
First
saying.
double,
Okay.
first and all twos.
Yeah.
Oh, my parking angel.
If only it was episode 22. But it's not.
Or 222.
Ooh, that would have been on a podcast.
Okay, we have to be on your 222nd
122nd podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
do my best to remember that.
Yes.
I don't know
4
when that's
years.
going to be. Yeah, we'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay, this might be a fun one. If you weren't in your current line of work, what would you do instead?
It's a toss up for me.
Go.
I would either work in fashion.
Okay.
Okay, but see, the thing is, I can't imagine myself like working at Vogue. Like, I
Oh.
don't know that I'd want to but I'd want to do something probably in fashion.
Okay.
Don't know what that would be. Or I think I would be a teacher. Yeah, I think I'm like born to teach, and I love children.
That's awesome.
I love them.
My, again, 5-year-old, I think it was actually yesterday. He goes, Mom, why didn't you want to be a teacher when you grew up? And I was like, well, because I didn't want to.
Because it's really, really hard.
I don't like other children.
Yeah, I really
like
love you and I love your friends. But no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I sent you to school, sweet boy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad there are good teachers out there.
For sure.
Okay. What about you?
Okay, y'all are gonna laugh. If I had not, and I knew at 4 I wanted to be a designer, but if I had not been a designer, I was going to be one of two things: either a vet
Oh,
or in heavy equipment.
nice.
I wanted to own like big rig.
Excavators.
Yeah.
Actually,
But, like,
yeah.
But like the monster ones?
Like to build skyscrapers.
Oh,
I
cool,
wanted to
cool.
own a company with heavy
I
equipment.
could
That's
see
cool.
you do. Okay, actually, I
Boss.
retract. And I don't retract mine. I still keep mine because
Yeah.
I like this. The other day, I was at Mott's channel
Yeah.
watching the guys like sling fish and bring the fish off the boat. And actually, I had this weird moment where I thought, I could do that.
Yeah.
So I'm like you.
A fisherman?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm actually a serious tomboy. People don't
and
know
I'm a
this.
risk taker.
Yeah, she's not a tomboy at all.
Well,
A
I'm
little
a
bit.
risk taker. Like
You're a risk taker.
I've jumped off bridges and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
not like, you don't.
But I would like a good crane, like
Yeah.
to drive a
Power.
big crane.
You would love that now.
I would
And
totally.
Could you not see me working at Mott's channel?
100 and your waiters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
all cute.
I found myself paying for like sea bass. Like it was
Daydreaming?
weird. I was like glazed eyes. Like I wish I was doing that.
I want to be back there scaling that fish.
I'm not kidding. I want to like go fish, bring them in, cut them, gut them, put them on ice, sell them. Like I just had this. It just
Full
looks
circle.
really
Yeah.
fun
Maybe
to
it could be
me.
your retirement job.
I know, because then the second time I went, there was a girl behind the counter. I'm like, do you do what they do? And she was like, yeah. I was like, that's so cool. I was like, are you the only girl that works here? And she was like, yeah, I am. I was like, you're so cool.
That's awesome.
So
One day.
yeah, one
Yes.
day. Yes, it would be my
One day.
dream.
Shucking
Yeah.
oysters.
Yeah, I would love it.
Oh, I love shucking oysters. I could do that all day.
Yeah.
Oh, if I could eat them.
Cool. Well, since we hit all twos and we didn't do any specific business questions, before
Okay.
we wrap, obviously you've had the retail space itself for half, but now it is
It's together.
it's together.
No, it's Carmin Black,
Sherry Black. Yes, it is. So what? Let's dive into that little. Is that its own business, separate from, or I know they kind of probably intermingle.
Well, it's kind of funny. Like
What is that?
it's
Ooh,
a mix.
okay.
No, it's
It's both of your storefronts, but it's
yeah.
together.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
a mix. And
Yeah.
and last year I started designing furniture.
Cool.
But huge Balinese furniture,
Yeah.
like heavy wood furniture, but beautiful. It's like really beautiful. So I think we kind of want our store to be mixed. It's kind of a little bit of both of us. So we are still having handbags, home goods, of course.
Yeah.
My son is a builder too. I mean, he's the best drummer in the world too, but he also builds furniture. So I think part of our store will have some furniture in it
Cool.
that we make, but specialty pieces.
Yeah.
And so there's a store in Charleston, or it's either Charleston or New York. It's Owl something. And they have like one of a kind, like super special pieces that people that really are serious collectors would want to buy
Cool.
because they were the only people that could afford it. So I want some pieces like that, but then fun stuff in our store too. Like we have great books.
Cool.
We have great candles. We have clothing. Yeah, we have great baskets, handbags, really incredible jewelry. But we are going to mix it with rugs. Like we're working with people in India right now to hopefully start importing our own furniture
Oh, cool.
and rugs.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just we'll be like a little Barney's.
Yeah.
Let's bring Barney's back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the saddest day of my life.
I know, my God.
When they
so
shut
sad.
it, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I like to think of it like anything that I would want to own.
Yeah.
Like if I would want it,
Art and art.
we
Cool.
will sell it.
Yeah.
And I am hoping the things that I really wish I owned, other women feel that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Well, before we wrap, I guess we have a few basic questions. One, what can people expect from you next?
Amazing. So from Carmin Black, the brand, people can expect new handbag designs.
Okay.
I'm working on that right now, and I'm really excited about what's coming.
The ones
really
you have
cute.
also, they're so pretty.
They're so pretty.
They're
They're
just classic, love.
Functional
love.
and
Yes.
classic, yes.
yeah. They're and
Yes.
actually, I carry one every day, and honestly, I really love it. Yeah. Do you carry one? No, you don't
yeah.
carry one. Oh yeah, that's Half United though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
And that
well, we
has-
can pretend like it's
Yeah.
not.
I mean, so basic.
Same brain.
So basic.
Yes.
Yeah.
same designer.
Same, yes.
Yeah, oh, same designer, exactly.
Yes.
I'm also working on another brand.
Cool.
Ooh. Completely different products, very, very low price point. super affordable, really fun, more like surf culture influenced. It's like the more tomboy side of me is sort of coming out with this other project.
Cool.
So that is a little something new people can expect.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you?
Furniture.
Furniture.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And furniture that's created to fit your body and to fit your family's lifestyle.
Very cool.
So the sofas are deep enough where your kids could cuddle up to you and you're not falling off the edge.
Yeah.
And you could also take the back pillows off and you have a twin bed.
Oh, cool.
And just some really cool pieces. I just sent over, I didn't do the drawings yet, but I sent over inspiration pictures to Christian. And another friend that builds for me too. Oh my God, Zelita Medina. He's like awesome. He's from Cape Verde, West Africa.
Oh, cool.
Love him. And, but there are chairs that have these really tall, like arms coming out of them, but they're lamps.
Oh,
and so the cord
cool.
goes through the arm down through the leg of the chair. So wherever you move your chair, your lamp goes with you.
That's cool.
So we're working on a prototype for that soon. Yeah.
That's exciting.
And rugs
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
awesome.
yeah, really cool stuff.
Love it. Cool. If you had one final thought to leave the listeners with, which they're most, again, like business owners as well, what's your final thought?
So for me, it's interesting. It's like there wasn't like a good segue into this thought.
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
When I was on that call yesterday with all of these amazing African people in Africa, you know, and remember what I went into this call with. I'm going in knowing, okay, I've left this one chapter behind. I'm starting this new chapter.
Yeah.
These people are now going to know me only from this new chapter. That's something I've never experienced in the last 15 years. And, you know, I sort of had I had this weightiness on me of kind of like the truth behind, gosh, I kind of did this to myself in a way. Well, so I get on the call and the woman hosting it, and there's probably 10 or 15 of us on the call. She said, you know, you have to introduce yourself, where you're from, and kind of like what you're doing in business now. And she said, you know, remember, she's in Kenya, right? And I don't even know what her business is. She goes, you know, guys, I became so obsessed with success that God took my business from me and has shown me that it was like verbatim. Here this woman is in another part of the world and says, God has shown me that he's more concerned with me than he is with my business. And she goes, I just know that God's giving me like a new chance, and now I've got to go do something new. And I'm sitting here in North Carolina and I'm like, oh my God, like, we're all the same. Yeah. So I would just say, if you're one of those business owners that has become so obsessed with keeping it all together, growing it at the same time, pleasing everyone, you know, saving face with your consumers, I would just say you're not alone in that. I didn't know till yesterday when even another person on the call was like, wait, me too. And I'm like, there's 3 of us out of 10. Like, that's 30%.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. But I'm like, you know, it's a normal thing. I would definitely encourage you to find a way out of that muck and mire, but just know that you're not alone. What you're facing and going through is not, it's not new, and, you know, like, there is a better way. So get out of there, but just don't feel this guilt and condemnation of being in that place. You're just doing the best you can and trying really hard, and you will learn a lot from this mistake that I can promise you are making. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And stop worrying so much.
Yeah.
Worry is a killer.
Yeah.
It affects your health. I was in business with 2 men. I had my own, we had our Sunbrella company.
Yeah.
We were supposed to turn into a multi-billion-dollar business. And God clearly did not want me in that. I was having panic attacks every single day for probably 2 or 3 years.
Oh, wow.
It was insane. And finally, I got to the point where God spoke to me, and he's like, I'm taking care of you. There's nothing to worry about. Stop being afraid.
Yeah.
So finally, one day I remember I said, okay, God, and this had happened to me when I was several years ago. There was something I was facing, and I said to God, I don't know how to give this to you, so I need you to take it from me.
Yeah.
And when I said that, I could feel it was like 1,000,000 pounds just coming literally out of my body.
Yeah.
Because we carry that weight when we live in fear, when we're always afraid our business is going to fail, or we're not doing the right thing, or we're not enough, or blah, blah, blah. If you will stop worrying and you really do give it to God, 100%.
Yeah.
That's scary. It's like, no, you might need my help, Lord.
Just in case.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, trust me, I don't need your help. I made you. I don't need your help. When you really do give it to him, and you can feel when you're starting to go back off,
course.
into that fear. But when you really do give it to him and let God take care of it, and it's just like, it's not to say don't do your due diligence and make sure you pay your taxes, make sure you pay your employees on time, your rent, your lease, whatever. Those things are important, but worrying does not change the situation.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the outcome. It doesn't change your day. It doesn't change what direction your business is going in. So if you would just stop worrying, because most people in business that haven't learned this lesson go through this every day, and they think they're just huge failures.
Yeah.
Well, the thing you need to do is give it to God. And when you give it to him, don't hang on to a thread.
Yeah.
Really
Release
give it to
it.
him. You can breathe. It's like your life changes. Your business will change. It's like watching Carmen go through this. I mean, I feel every single pain she feels. I mean, my heart, she doesn't see me in the back crying. You know, I feel every single thing she's gone through. But then I've also watched her let go and really give it to God. And I've watched that freedom that happens to her. And that will happen to people out there that are going through the same thing. Just let go. Let go. Stop the worrying. Worry's not going to it's not the end of the world that you failed. It's not the end of the world that you didn't achieve what you thought you were going to achieve. It's not the end of the world if you didn't make as much money today as you thought you were going to make. Because you don't know. God has something planned in your life that greater than you could ever even envision was going to happen. I mean, there are people that their careers didn't even start till they're in their 60s and 70s.
KFC.
Hello. Julia Child.
Yeah.
And there's so many artists and famous painters never had. I mean, they weren't selling one painting in the 70s. They're selling their paintings for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's
You just never know.
So stop the worry.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry, which I'll probably face something today that I'm going to worry about. But I refuse. I refuse to worry about it. Because when you don't carry that weight, there's freedom. You can breathe better. You work better. Your attitude's better. It's just like, hey, okay, God doesn't want me to have that multi-million-dollar business.
It's okay.
I don't know why. No, because he's got something better for you. And it really is true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So work hard, but don't worry.
worry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be happy.
Yes.
I could write a song.
Good.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I think you know some
Be
people
happy.
that could help with that too.
I guess
Yeah.
that is a song. Okay.
You can do the remix.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So what is the best way for people to get in touch with you? The store is in the cargo district.
It is indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the individual brands. You
Yeah, you can.
We're in the same office.
Yeah, we're in the
Yes.
same
Imagine
office.
that.
find them.
We're together every day. So we are across from Starling, next to Cheesesmith and the Plant Outpost. Because now the cargo district is so bad.
We were the
Yeah,
first
it's
ones out
expanded.
there.
Yeah, we
Besides
were the
just Co-works was there.
Yeah, we're the
that
first
was the only
business.
ones.
Yeah. But you can email me, Carmin, CARMIN, at carminblack.com. So Carmin at carminblack.com.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'm info at Sherry Black Designs, plural,
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
Sherry with a Y.
Share the wife.
Sherry.
Yeah,
Love it.
like a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And we'll put all the links and stuff in the show notes so people can find them.
Okay.
But you guys, this was so fun.
It's
Thanks for
so
coming
good.
in.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, this was awesome. Cool.
Yeah, this was
I can't
fun.
believe we only got 2 views.
I know.
Because
so
we're so
crazy.
fun.
Y'all are just so
Hello.
fun. Meant to be. Meant
And,
to be.
and 11's my favorite number, and so I thought for sure we would get
Get some
one.
Oh, yeah. I love a good
It was all
11.
fun. But y'all did great tying it back to the biz. So
Okay.
All right.
great. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Toucan Talks, brought to you by Kickstart Collective. If you loved this episode, be sure to subscribe wherever you watch podcasts and follow Kickstart Collective on Instagram at Kickstart Collective.